Hi, I'm Katie Couric. Welcome to Eye to Eye. Republican presidential contender Mike Huckabee came in a surprisingly close second to Mitt Romney in the Iowa straw poll on Saturday. Harry Smith spoke with the former minister about what he thinks voters are looking for in 2008.
Arkansas is not so far away from here. On the other hand, you don't come into this with any kind of real national name recognition. What has this been like for you?
Well, I did come into it totally unknown, some obscure governor from a southern state, but I also came into it with a shared sense of understanding what these people live, because it's what folks in my state live, in the flyover land, if you will, where they understand people who live on the coast because they see the television shows that depict life in California or Manhattan, but they're not sure that people on the coast really understand them. And what I have sensed here is that there is a hunger and a yearning for someone who has lived a real life in the real world, who struggled, for whom life hasn't always been easy, and who, if elected president, wouldn't forget where he came from. People want that. They don't want you to, I think more than anything, they don't want you to be phony. They want you to be real. Yeah. And I've sensed an extraordinary growth of support in this state, largely because people are tired of the kind of angry, vitriolic politics that they see from Washington. And governors have a different perspective. We have to make things work. We don't have the luxury of being ideologues and being angry at people all the time. People feel there's a disconnect between people who are running government and the way they run their own lives and families and communities. It has taught me that to be president, a person has to work really, really hard to get there, especially if you come from the bottom of the heap to try to climb that steep hill. If you don't start with a whole lot of money, either personally or with a lot of wealthy friends surrounding you. But I think it makes the journey that much more valuable, and it makes the journey that much more rewarding and even challenging. I know it sounds crazy. I don't know that I'd want to do it any other way.
What is it you have to offer that the country wants or needs?
I think I relate to the average American in a way very few presidential candidates do. I mean, I understand where I came from. I really do have more in common with the guy working in the kitchen than the guy sitting at the head table. I had to learn how to sit at the head table. That was learned behavior for me. I knew how to work in the kitchen. There are a lot of Americans for whom every single day is a real struggle, and their future is an uncertain one. They don't have absolute confidence that, hey, if this business enterprise I'm involved in fails, don't worry, I've got a trust fund, I've got parents, I've got a nice savings or an investment account, that everything will be fine. The average American doesn't have that. The average American has today's hard work, next month's rent, next month's car payment, and if something in that chain goes off the track, they're in trouble, and they know they're in trouble.